Good morning, one and all. For those who don't know me, my name is Demore West, and this will be my third installment in the daily or weekly video series. Uh, First and foremost, I'd like to hope and wish that everyone had a safe and fun-filled Halloween. Mine was kind of boring, but it is what it is. Anyway, today's topic, or today's thought, thought for the day, is right now I am in a park, as I usually am every morning after I leave the shelter, because there's really nothing open and nowhere for me to go and nothing to do. But at least I am utilizing this time and doing something productive. Anywho, back to the thought for the day. I am in a park, and the name of this park is called Veterans Memorial Park. See if I can pan around and get people a view. It's a beautiful park. Beautiful. But my thought today, or my thought this morning, is centered around the name of the park, which is Veterans Memorial. Now, it's very awesome for the town of Sierra Vista to dedicate a park as a memorial to the sacrifices and hardships of our nation's veterans. It's very commendable. But on the other side of that same coin, if this town or this nation truly wanted to honor the hardships and sacrifices of our veterans, wouldn't a better memorial be making sure that our veterans have homes? Wouldn't a better memorial be making sure that our veterans didn't have to choose between paying for their medication or having food on their table to eat? Now, my father was a veteran, Army Reserves. He was in Desert Storm and other wars that I won't go into detail about, because although I respect my father for joining the military and learning what he did, which he passed on to me, very grateful for that, I will always have a problem with the soldiers of this nation, not because they choose to fight, but because they're not fighting for what they think they are fighting for. But anyway, back to the topic. Wouldn't a better memorial for our nation's veterans, or for the world's veterans, for that matter, wouldn't a better memorial be a stable living environment after the many years of service and sacrifice they gave to this nation? Wouldn't a better memorial be having a home? More importantly, having a self-sufficient home that lowers their cost of living, thereby saving them money so they don't have to choose between buying medication and buying food, or buying medication, buying food, or paying rent. Just a thought, just a thought. We live in the supposedly best nation in the world, but yet the best nation in the world, quote unquote, honors the sacrifices and hardships of its veterans by building a park. By building a park. Not by making sure these veterans have homes when they come back, or not by making sure that these veterans get the mental help that they need, for the many with PTSD after being in these horrible wars that they really have no idea what they're fighting for. To me, a better memorial would be making sure that our soldiers and veterans are actually taken care of. But that's just my thought. And I know that since I'm not a overly attractive woman showing her cleavage and whatnot, that my videos won't get as many views as other videos, which is fine. Mainly because I believe that the truth and reality of the situation that we're living in shouldn't need to be dressed up in fancy clothes and, piles of makeup. I believe that the truth and reality of the situation that we all are existing in right now shouldn't have to be sugar-coated. As I look at the coming generations, I seriously have to ask myself, what the hell is this nation doing? And having worked in not one, but two jobs, well, one was actually volunteer, but now working in a position that gives me even further insight into the political system, I realize that, well, I've been realized that, yes, there are some politicians who are actually well-meaning and honestly looking after the well-being and welfare of the nation's citizens. And I speak only for local politics when I say that, mainly because local politics are the people who actually live in the community. I would never vote for someone like Hillary or Donald Trump, mainly because they don't know me. Nor do they know the hardships that I go through, nor are they knowledgeable about what I need as an individual and what my family needs as a unit. And those two basic facts, I cannot see myself voting for people who for people who I know 100% have no interest in me or my family. Nor do they know what me and my family needs. I know what I need. I know what my family needs. And what we need is actual freedom. Not the fake freedoms that people believe they have, but the actual freedom. Freedom to build our own home without overbearing government interference. The freedom to grow our own food without, once again, overbearing government interference. Which brings me to another point that I've been thinking about for quite some time, which is, how can the government sell land that it does not own? Now, a lot of people, once again, will have a lot of differing views on that. But for me, and I'm saying this to the religious people out there who believe in the higher power, God, etc., etc. To me, if the government cannot produce documentation from the creator of this and all the other planets that gives them legal tenure to sell land, then they don't own it. It's that simple. Anyone can, anyone here on this planet can say, I own this, and write out a bunch of fancy paperwork to make it seem legit. But the bottom line is, and I say this not to discourage or degrade anyone who is a land owner, but honestly, if you can't produce the paperwork, given to you by the creator of the planet that gives you legal tenure to sell the land, you don't own it. Sorry. Regardless of how many thousands of dollars you may have paid for it, where's the paperwork that specifically gives you, whoever you may be, legal tenure to sell land? Once again, unless it's given to you by the creator of said land, by the creator of said planet, guess what? It's fraudulent. But for generations, people have been bought up into this lie that the government owns land and the resources within it. It's just not true. But, yeah, thoughts for the day. Thoughts for the day. Thoughts for the day. Anyway, to all of my people out there, I'm all right. I'm okay. Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the support that I've gotten over the years. And everyone stay strong, stay safe. Deuces. I'm out of here.